happy Thursday. I'm really excited to show you guys something. So recently we just teamed up with Adornable Elements, and if anyone doesn't know who Adornable Elements is, they have different beads of the month clubs. So they have seed bead ones, gemstones, fire polished, 2-hole, just a bunch of them, and you can even do like a rotation, so you're getting a different one every month. So I'm working with them, and really excited because got my first one today, and it's for the month of August. So I'm gonna finish opening it up all the way with you guys, and we're gonna see which one they sent me, okay? So I'll be right back. So I have just a couple things to go over with you guys for this. So you can, okay, so Wendy used to work with them, and she had a code to get 10% off of any of your first month's club subscription, and it's Wendy 10. We kept that discount code, so it's still going to be Wendy 10, and it's good for your first month. And what you can do, if you say that you just want one subscription box, you get 10% off that first month. But if you want like more than one subscription box, then you'll get 10% off each one of the ones that you pick for that first month. So let's say you wanted to do gemstones and fire polished. Well, you'd get 10% off both of those for the first month. And they do, so it's for new subscribers, of course. Also too, that if you end up using the code, like after you see this video, they're going to try to match you with what I am getting. So, so for example, this month is the double hot and trendy beads of the month club, and that's the other thing they do too. They have the double and single, so they're pretty awesome. And this is one of the ones I've been wanting to get for quite a long time, and I'm super excited about it. The other thing you get too is that every month when you are subscribed, you will get free monthly patterns for that month, and they're good for the entire month. They'll give you a link on the bottom of your paid invoice, and you just follow that link and you'll get all those wonderful patterns. So it's really, really cool. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and get this opened up and take a peek and see what we have. So this month's that I'm unboxing is double hot and trendy beads of the month club. So I'm super excited. So this one had a retail value of $52, and just to give you an example, the double hot and trendy is $39.95 a month, and you get twice as many beads as you would for the single. All right, so let's check this out and see what we have. So the hot and trendy is like all the, the newest ones, well, hot and trendy ones. So it's called Peachy Keen. And let's just open some of these up. I love the little containers they come in. These are so cool. They're like little Tic Tac boxes. But I think I'm gonna have to open that like all the way, because I don't know if that would come out very easily. There we go. Just had to give it a little shove. All right, so we're just gonna pull out a few of these. These are Crystal Full AB Matte Trumpet Flower. So these are really pretty. Do you see that AB on there? And them being in that matte finish is really, really cool too. I think I said on another video when I was doing something that I love the matte and the AB together. It's just such a nice look and texture. It's just so pretty. So there's that, and I get 20 pieces of that. And then let's do this one. So we have the Peridot Trillium Flower, and you get 30 pieces of this. Yep, got a couple of them stuck right up here. And I love these little flowers. The Trillium ones are so cute. They're just those little 3-petal flowers. And they are drilled top to bottom. So they're just like this. And that peridot color is super nice. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, and I just noticed too, they also give you the description on there too. So that's nice. So now let's do the opaque peach coral drop, and you get 24 pieces of this. Go ahead and pull that top off there. Oh, I like these. These look so like milky or like creamy and dreamy. Look at that. It's like just a very silky finish on those. Those are gorgeous. Oh my goodness, those are gorgeous. And these are drilled top to bottom. All right. Then let's do, we have the backlit peach dagger, and you get 50 pieces. Curious to see these out of the container. Okay, these are really, really cool daggers, you guys. Look at these. Look at how pretty those are. It's like a kind of like an ambery peach. Those are really pretty. So super cool. Then we have the backlit flat teardrop, backlit peach flat teardrop, and you get 30 pieces. Oh, these are really pretty too. Look at these. I love how they have like the silver on the back and that really pretty peach right there on the front. That's beautiful. Whoops. I have my brain is going, you guys. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. All right, so next we have the Peridot AB Matte Tri Bead. Oh, I missed one. I was like, wait a minute, I have an extra. Okay, these are cool. These little flat triangle spacers. Look at those. Tell me those aren't beautiful. Oh my gosh. And you get 12 grams of those. That's a lot. There's a lot in this little container. That's a ton of, look at that. Those are so pretty. Look at how nice all that looks together. All right, let's go back up to the top of the list because I forgot these. We have Luster Peridot side drilled teardrops. Whoops, I just dropped a couple. Have to go looking for those in a minute. All right. Okay, so they're drilled to the top here and it just goes through the side. And these are really nice. They have such a nice luster finish on them. Just super, super gorgeous. Look at those. Love them. And then I'm really curious about these. I don't know what they are. I'm gonna have to Google these. So chalk white luster vertical fixer, 14 grams. Oh, so you could do like, I'm trying to think of how I would use these. I'm gonna have to look up on their website and see how to use these. These are really, really cool though. Look at how pretty they are. Has anybody ever used these? You can leave a comment for me and tell me what you've used them for. I kind of feel like you could do like link them together or like sew them together with like some beading thread. I don't know. They're really cool though. They're really, really neat. So I'm curious about those. I'm going to do a little research on those little guys. Those are really neat. All right, so this is the Peachy Keen Double Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club for Adornable Elements. I will have a link to Adornable Elements in the description. I will also make sure that Wendy10 is the discount code that is in there for you. That way you can take advantage of the 10% off of any or all of the subscriptions that you would like. There's so many to choose from on their website. There's an amazing amount. All right, guys, I hope you like this one. We're gonna go ahead and design with it, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I am back, and I have some things here. So I just want to show you that this is from my stash. I thought that I might need just a couple teeny tiny beads, so I grabbed those. And we're going to use these really pretty peach coral drops. We're going to use some of these trumpet flowers, these little triangle tri-beads, the daggers, and these really pretty lesser peridot teardrops. I also have from my stash a really cute little hummingbird toggle, a couple of those little bead stoppers or the crimp stoppers, and a couple of ear wires because I figured we'd do earrings and a bracelet. I have jump rings, I have 24 gauge wire, head pins and eye pins all ready to go. I have cut 9 inches of bead stringing wire to so we can make our bracelet. All right, guys, I am going to try to fix my light here because it's doing this weird like strobe light thing. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I can see it and it's driving me bonkers. So let me make sure I have everything all situated. There we go. All right. So my plan is to, I kind of want to do just something chunky and fun with this bracelet. So what I have in mind is I want to string these on, but I think that's why I wanted to grab some of these little beads, because I want to string them on kind of like in between each other. And we're just going to test it out and see what that looks like, because I'm kind of imagining that that would be really pretty. And then the other half of the bracelet, I would like to do these with these pretty little flowers like right up next to them, and just, you know, make them really cute. So let's go ahead and string on our part of our clasp here. So let's get our little crimp and our big part of our toggle clasp. And I'm just doing this without a wire guardian. And we're gonna put that through. Just like this. And scoot it up a little bit closer to the top there. Just so I have a small little loop there. All right, and then we can go ahead and should be able to just use our pliers. We're gonna give this a shot again. I got it to work one time with the pliers. I just don't think I have a lot of really good hand strength. You would think I would after making jewelry and everything, but apparently that doesn't count. So we're just gonna use our little crimping pliers and just kind of make sure we have that all squished in there. I can get better leverage with those. And yep, it's not going anywhere. It's gonna stay snug as a bug. All right, so let's start with the one end of our bracelet. I would like to put on a few of these little triangle beads because they're really, really pretty, and just kind of start the bracelet with that. Actually, you know what? I think I want to end the bracelet with that. Let's start big and chunky. So let's let's go ahead and maybe we should put on one of these little green beads. Thought I would just bring a few from my stash just so that way if I need any extra little something, I can do that. And let's put on this really pretty, these flowers are so pretty. And I'm looking forward to making some earrings with them too. And then I just want to put this one, I have that nestled right inside that flower. You know what, I think I need to trim off some of my wire there. There we go. Right into that flower, just like that. I wonder if I should do a double of the flower. I think I kind of like that. That would probably be really cute. This is a design on the fly, guys. Design on the fly. All right. So, oh yeah, that does look cute like that. I wonder what one more would look like. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. And then if we just stuck one of these in there. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's gonna look really pretty. And then maybe let's do this little white one on the end of that. Yeah, that looks cute. All right, so let me think, where do we go from here? Do I want to have my these little guys all in there? Let's just try some stuff out because I want to see how this is going to look. I'm almost wondering if I don't wire wrap those and put them on like towards the end. I think that's what we might do. So let's go ahead and let's kind of pick up here. Let's do some of these little green ones. I think we're gonna wire wrap some little beads and hang them on the bracelet because I think that would be really pretty. Let's do 5 of these little triangles just to kind of give it like a little bit of a break in the middle there. Actually 4 looks good. Let's do 4. And then let's do our other little green one here. All right, so that goes around about halfway around my wrist, and I like that. That looks really cute. All right, so let's look at this. So I think that if we did some wire wrapping, I think it would just make these kind of stand out a little bit more. So I'm gonna show you, we're gonna do a couple of these together. So we're going to do 2 of the green and 2 of the daggers together. And I will show you what to do. So first of all, for ones like this that they have such tiny holes, you're gonna wanna use like a 24 gauge wire. And I'm just gonna cut some off here. I don't work off the spool because I am way too clumsy to do that. I know there are some people that are so good about working off the spool, and I am like so happy for them because I wish I could do it. Maybe if I practiced a little bit more. All right, so we have wrapped briolette style beads together, but in case you have not been here for those and this is your first video you're seeing ever, we're going to do a couple together. So this one is considered really kind of like a briolette, and it's a teardrop shape. All of these that are like that, you're gonna wanna make like a little triangle with your wires. Now notice that I have one wire that's longer than the other, and you're just gonna come in here with your thumb on your longest wire and just make it like pointing straight up, okay? See how that one's pointing straight up and then this one's off to the side? Then you're just gonna take this little tiny one and you're just going to wrap that around that bigger wire just a couple times, okay? Just enough to hold it still. And then you can trim that off. If you have any little sharp pokies, just smush them down. All right, so now you have some options. You can either leave it the way it is and just do a wire wrap loop up here and just make your wrap, which I can show you what that looks like, because maybe we'll just do some of each. All right, so what you're gonna do is find your round nose pliers, and we're going to go closer to the end of our pliers, so our round nose pliers, so that way it's kind of a smaller loop. And then you're just going to make your wire wrap loop. So flip the wire over top of your pliers so that your bead is hanging down below and your wire is coming out through the top. Then you just twist your wrist so that your pliers are now facing this direction, and then roll that over the top, flip back, and roll that up right underneath. So now you're having like a little lollipop sitting on top of your wire there. All right, then because we're gonna string these on like beads, I am going to hang on to the loop with my bent nose pliers, and I'm going to just wrap my wire around. Just give it a nice little wrap all the way around. You can cover up all of that wire, okay? So it'll look something like this. Just kind of like a little wrap. My wraps aren't like beautiful. I embrace the messy wrap, and that's what I do, is I enjoy the messy wrap. Now let me show you one when you can put a bead on top and make like a smaller wrap. So we'll do the same bead. All right, so we have our longer wire and our shorter wire, and you're gonna make that little triangle on top. Same instructions, bend that long wire up so that it's facing straight out. Wrap that little wire around just a couple times. Okay, and then we can cut off our extra little piece there. Careful not to cut your wrap, because I've done that before and the whole thing just like fell apart on me. And then just pinch down anything that is going to be sharp and pokey and get snagged on clothes or on skin. All right, and then let's just grab one of these white round check glass beads. Stick that right on top of your little mini wrap, okay? And this is the way I prefer to do them, because I like that extra little bead and I don't like to do the wrap all the way down, but I will do some more of the other one since we did one like that, and we'll just have it kind of mismatch. And then you just wrap like you normally would when you do a wire wrapped loop, and just cut off what you don't need. Okay, so there's two different examples of what you can do. Both of them are nice. You know, you may prefer one style over the other, and that's okay, because I do too. I prefer one style over the other. So we have two of those done. And now let me show you on the daggers. So the daggers are really nice because you can string these on, like if you wanted to do a necklace and just do like a tiny little bead in between, or no bead at all in between, and it would be kind of like almost kind of flower petal out a little bit. So let me cut off a little bit more wire. And these, they do work kind of the same. So you're just going to stick that wire through, make your little triangle up at the top. Your triangle's gonna be really tiny though, because daggers have a really tiny top. Okay, and just do the same thing. Just bend that long wire just enough to make it go straight. and then wrap your small wire around, and just like that. I also don't like to go all the way down the bead either, because I do kind of like these beads to be a little floppy. I mean, they're kind of nice when they're floppy. But we're gonna do one of each of these too. So let's go ahead and grab our wire, and let's do our wire wrap loop right on top of our other little wrap there. So I guess it's supposed to rain over the next few days and through the weekend, and I'm like, what is going on with all the rain we are getting? And then I was talking to the person who delivers our office supplies to us. All right, so this one, oh, I got a little wild on it, but you can straighten it out. If it gets a little wonky, you can just grab your pliers and straighten it out. There we go. So this one I wrap down to the tip of the bead, and you can just trim that right off and smush down anything. And remember, if you kind of mess up on your wrap, it's okay. You can kind of straighten it out with your pliers. Just, you know, this thin wire is super malleable, so it bends super duper easy. All right, now let's do one and stick a bead on top of it. So anyway, we had our supplies delivered, and our office supplies, and he was talking about the Farmer's Almanac is saying that us up here, you know, or I guess it's like the Farmer's Almanac, I guess this could be anywhere, that they're saying that all this precipitation we're getting is not going to stop, that we're going to have a very short and very cold fall, and that we are going to have a very wet winter. So a lot of precipitation, which probably would be a lot of snow for us northern people. And then for those of you in the south, would probably be a lot more rain. So very short and cold fall is so disappointing. I wish fall lasted a little bit longer than what it did. I mean, I know that like it feels like summer months and winter months are the longest ones, and spring is short and so is fall, but fall seems like it's the shortest season for me, and it's my second favorite. I wish it would be longer. All right, so we're gonna put that little bead right on top of there. And then let's go ahead and do a little wire wrap loop on here. All right, and we can just leave it right on these pliers and just do our little wrap. And this is what it ends up looking like. You can trim off our wire. And now I will pause the video. I will do some more wrapping since we did some together, and I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, I'm back. So the more and more I was looking at this, I didn't really quite like the way that came out. So we're gonna fix this real quick because that was annoying me. So maybe we do, maybe we just go ahead and put this right up against that white one. I think the little green things were bothering me. I love those little beads, but I don't think that was a good placement for them. There we go. That I like much, oh, I like this much better. Much better. Love those little green guys, but they have their place and it's not gonna be right there. All right, so here we go. All right, so that was bothering me. That's fixed. That looks so much better. All right, so now let's go ahead and grab our little dangles, because we have all of our little dangles that we made and our little dangle daggers. And we are going to maybe also hang some of these just by their little holes as well. So let's start with this green one here. And I just want to kind of get things like kind of staggered. So we're going to just kind of eyeball this a little bit, because I want it to be kind of staggered and kind of full looking, you know what I mean? So if we did that, and then we did this one, kind of want them to be bunchy together. And like that. And maybe this little green one just strung right on. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like the way that's gonna look. That's gonna be really cool because they're just kind of like scrunch up together and overlap each other. And I think I really like the look of that. Let's do this one. One of these. One like this. There we go. One like that. And this one. All right, so you see how it's kind of scrunchy and like kind of, there's some long dangles, some shorter dangles. I want it to look like that. I just want it to be really kind of scrunchy and like clustery. But I feel like we're missing something. Like I think that some of these need to be inserted in there. So let's look at that. Let's take a head pin and let's drop one of these little beads on that head pin. See, like that. But that, you know what? I want them ball head pins because that's very, hold on one second. All right. Because the bottom of that was so big, I just don't want that. There we go. So we're gonna get a couple of these little flowers in there too. All right, maybe we can put this little triangle on there. Yeah, that actually looks cute. All right, so we're gonna actually hook these on with some jump rings. So I'm just gonna wire wrap this to close it up, just like so. Right, then let's do another one. Another ball head pin. And let's do a white flower. Let's do a little triangle on top of that white flower. How will that look on top of that white bead? Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. All right, so there's a couple of those. Let me put a stopper on here because like I said, we're gonna use a jump ring because I want them to kind of hang a little bit longer. Let's get a couple of jump rings. Or maybe we can hang them both from the same jump ring in the middle there. So if we went somewhere here in the middle, like that, and hung 1 and 2, and just flip one over to this side. So now we have like the little flowers in there too. So now when we do tighten this up, we're gonna have these little flowers and our little dangles all over the place. I kind of feel like we need some of those little peach ones in there too. No, I think we're fine. I think we're good. Because that's gonna look really cute on. Yeah, that's gonna look adorable. All right, so no, we're good with that. But let's go ahead and figure out how we wanna do the rest of this bracelet. So we have this much. We have just over half, all right? I think we're gonna wanna put maybe a little white bead right here. Okay. And then let's do, you know what, let's do some more of these flowers. Maybe I should do a green one there. Do a green one. Actually, this might be a good spot to put the little triangle beads. Let's do 3 of them. And then 1, 2, and 3. And our peach bead. And then our little white bead. Okay, let's measure this out on my wrist and see how much more room we have. Okay, we're getting close to the end there. So let's maybe do, let's end it with some more of these little triangle beads. End it with like, I don't know, like 5 of them. I think that should be good. Let me see. Actually, no, a little bit more. And since that's going to go into the, this is going to fit into the toggle, I think we want to keep it kind of small on the side. So let's just end it with some of these little white beads. And let's see where we're at. Okay, yep, that's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and put on our little crimp. Let's put on our toggle clasp, our little hummingbird. I thought the hummingbird was really fitting with this. Put our little tail through there. It fits pretty snug, so it's not, you know, that's the one nice thing. You're not gonna lose your crimp when you're trying to put it on. All right, so now we wanna just make sure this is loose enough to do what it's supposed to do. Go around your wrist. And let's go ahead and crimp this down. Nice. Give it a little tug test and it's good to go. There we go. All right, and then here is our cute little floral bracelet with our little hummingbird closure. That looks really cute. All right, you guys, there's that. Now I'm going to clean this up real quick, and I'm going to grab the rest of the stuff we need for our earrings. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I went ahead and made one of the earrings. So I made it just like a long dangle with the little flower being at the top, and we just used some of the beads that we used in our bracelet. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. So starting from the top, we need our little green bead and our flower, and we're just going to make a simple loop. I'm just bending that straight over. And we're making our loops kind of tiny, so I'm going to cut this right about here. And just roll that back to a nice little loop. There we go. And then the next one, we need another one of these. So we put on our little peach bead. And I use 3 little triangle beads. And then we're just going to do another simple loop. Like that. And then while we're at it, we can go ahead and just connect these two together. I think I need different light bulbs in my overhead light. It seems like it's so dark in here sometimes. And I really think it's that. You know, you use those soft white lights, and I think that that's just not good. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and wrap our little dagger. All right. And this time I'm going to use my my round nose pliers to hold it right down there by the bead, so I can try to get a little bit neater of our little wrap. Sometimes when you hold it with your fingers it works better, sometimes it doesn't. In this case I wasn't finding that it was working better. All right, I can trim that off. And then we just need our little green bead. Whoops. And then our little wire wrap loop. There we go. Trim that off. Let's squish that down. Hang our little dagger bead. And then we want to make sure we're getting this on the right way. So let's open this up. We can always twist our dagger a little bit if we need to make it face the right direction. Okay, so here's our bracelet, and there's our earrings. Let me get them right out here in the middle so you can see it better. There we go. All right, I'm gonna clean up this mess. We're gonna try this stuff on. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, here's the earrings. I think they look really cute. Just very thin, very cute earrings. And then I was really excited about the way this bracelet turned out. So here's all of our little dangly pieces, and I'll just turn it. There's our cute little clasp and our flowers. So the bracelet turned out really cute. It almost reminds me of like a corsage. All right, guys, I hope you had fun. And again, this was the Adornable Elements Beads of the Month Club. They sent me Peachy Keen, which is the Hot and Trendy club. So really enjoyed it. The Hot and Trendy is really cool because you're not getting like just one, you know, you're not getting just gemstones or whatever. I love gemstones, but this gave me something really different to try, something really unique. And I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with them. So this was really fun. You have to let me know what you think about this box. And I thought the greens and the peaches were just beautiful. And of course, peach is the Pantone color of 2024. So curious to see what it's going to be next year. All right, you guys, I hope you have a very blessed evening. And if you're wanting to get signed up, go to the description of this video and I will have a link there for you where you can go and, you know, shop all their different clubs. They have so many, so many, you guys. And then make sure you use that Wendy10 to get 10% off of your first month of any or all boxes that you choose. All right, guys, have a really blessed evening. Bye.